Hey, if you want to know how to follow up in your network marketing business, I'm going to share with you now the best follow up in network marketing I ever learned. It was from Eric Worre. Okay, and it's worked for me tremendously well, and I believe it will work for you as well. So, first of all, the importance of follow up in network marketing, right? Most sales, right, happen kind of in was it the fifth to the 12th contact, but most people don't do any follow up whatsoever. It's like something like 40 odd percent of people never follow up, and then I think it was like 50% of people stop after the first contact. So we want you to have a follow up process, but if you follow this, kind of makes things maybe a little bit easier moving forward, right? So that's the importance of it when when you're looking at how to follow up. So this is how I follow up in my network marketing business. So I was taught you get somebody interested, fantastic, and then they watch the video or they look at the page, or they get off the three-way call, and then hopefully they're going to say, "Yippee! I love this network marketing business. Sign me up, dude." That never happens, right? Very rarely. Okay, maybe once or twice in my career, right? But not a lot. So what you're taught by a lot of people, and the great Ray Higdon taught this, is like, what did you like best, Paul? Okay, and they might say, well, I like the comp plan, and you go, fantastic, sounds like you're excited. Let's get started. Or you say, and this is brilliant, this is genius. You say, you know what, I saw that too, right? That's what I saw. That's what I like as well. So you're agreeing with them, okay? And to be honest, if you're looking at a business, it's multifaceted. So you're not lying. It's like, yeah, I saw that too. That's amazing, right? So, so they're well and good. They're well and good, okay? But it doesn't teach you any what happens if you get any kickback or anything like this, right? So there's kind of two ways I close. One I'll do in another video. This is the main one I use, right? And the way that it helps me remember it is, right? I I think, how do I follow up in network marketing? I'm a consultant. How do I follow up in my network marketing business? I'm a consultant, right? So I think like I've got a clipboard and a pen. So you come to me, right, and you ask for info. And maybe you're a bit kind of tentative because you don't want to be sold to, right? Think about how your prospect, your customer, potential team, business partner, right? Think about how they feel, right? They're worried probably they're going to be sold to. In any transaction like this, there's risk, right? If it doesn't work, they might feel like they might look stupid, or maybe it's not what they thought. There's risk involved for the other side, right? So when you say, "Hey, what did you like?" I'm terrible if people ask me that. I say, "I love the color on the website. I thought that shade of blue superb," and they don't know how to handle it, right? This is what I do. So you watch the video and I go, I don't know your name, but let's say Paul. Hey Paul, okay, did you get a chance to watch the video? Yes, fantastic. So based on what you saw, based on what you saw, what would you need to make out of this for it to be worth your while doing it? Based on what you saw, what would it take, right? What would you need to earn for this to be worth you doing something with? So I'm not asking them, do you want to get started? That's a yes or a no. I'm not asking them what they like, might be irrelevant. And even if they absolutely are floored by the compensation plan and they love it, that doesn't cover the fact that maybe they feel they're too busy to do it. So, hey, Paul, based on what you saw, what would you need to make out of this for it to be worth your while doing? Now, you might get a smart ass answer, $1 million, right? And they're probably just trying to be a smart ass. Okay. That doesn't happen that often, but if it does, you go, sure, and you get your clipboard, imaginary clipboard, right? Get your clipboard. You go, you want to make $1 million, right? So it doesn't matter what the answer is. More sensible, it would be, I'd want to be able to quit my job. Might be like 2,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. It doesn't matter what it is. So you go, okay, so you want to make $5,000 a month, let's say, $5,000 a month, $5,000 a month, full time income anywhere in the world. So you say, okay, I want to make $5,000 a month. Okay, Paul. So, and how soon do you need to make the $5,000? Right? I know we all want to make it yesterday, but let's be real here. Okay, how long would you give it to hit that target? Well, I think I'd give it, say, a week. Okay, let's be realistic. This isn't for you because you can't do it. right? Now, this is something to talk about when you follow up in your network marketing business. If you say to people, "Yeah, you can do it. Come on, let's get on board and let's get started," you're setting them up false expectations. They're going to come in, they're going to be disappointed, they're going to leave, right? It's not worth it. Trust me. You might as well be real with people. You want to make $1 million? That's the top 1%, but you can do it. How soon would you give it to make $1 million in this business, right? Now, even if they give that smart ass answer, you've not said no. You've said, how long are you going to give it? Well, a week? Oh, you're wasting my time. I'm sorry. It's a waste of my time, waste of your time. We'll leave as friends, but it's not for you. Well, what is realistic? You get that as well. Well, what could I do? You kind of almost want to be standoffish, right? So let's go back to the $5,000. So it's like $5,000 a month. And how long would you give it, Paul? Right? How long would you give it to see that kind of return to make it worth your while? 6 months to a year? 6 months to a year. Fantastic. We can work with that. Okay. Now then, you want to do it 6 months to a year. How many hours a day or a week on average are you going to put into making that happen for yourself? Well, I could do 10 minutes every first Friday in the month. Yeah, how many businesses do you know, Paul, where you can do 10 minutes, the first Friday in the month, 10 minutes a month? That's not going to happen. Now, I'm exaggerating, but do you get what I'm saying? So most people will do, I could probably do an hour a day or something like that. Now, I do a few different things. One of the things is like Laurie has a 3-step blueprint and we share that. If you want a copy, just ask. But like Laurie did it in an hour a day. Right. She did 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 20 minutes in the evenings. It's like easy, right? So it's like, okay, so if you can do like an hour a day, you're willing to give it 6 to 12 months, right? We can get you started fast and then we can look at course correction if things veer off. How does that sound? Well, you're telling me I can make $5,000 a month, 6 to 12 months, an hour a day. Yeah, the first thing you need to do is you need to come in. We need to get you like your first like couple of referrals or your first couple of sales or whatever. And we can help you with that. There's various ways of doing it. We can do it on social media. You can reach out to people you know. We've got scripts and things you can use for that. So we've got all that covered. We've got it all sorted. We've got fantastic training calls. We've got this. So everything you need here to be is successful. And what you're telling me is realistic. Okay. Now, if somebody comes and says they want to make $5,000 a month, right? And you can't plan guys as well. That's the other thing, right? If you make $1 per sale and somebody, at one time $1 and somebody wants to make $5,000 a month, they've got to make 5,000 sales a month. Not realistic. Do you understand what I'm saying? Again, I'm exaggerating, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So you might say to somebody, you want to make $5,000 a month, you're going to give it 3 months, right? Well, the $5,000 is fine, okay, but on the time that you've got to put in, I'll just be straight with you, it's perfectly doable, but it's not realistic in 3 months, right? What are you willing to move on? Do you want to extend, from 3 months to maybe 6 to 12, or do you want to increase the amount of work that you would do to make it worth your while? What would it mean to you to make that money? That's another good thing to ask. What would it mean to you to make that money? Well, I could take the kids on holiday. I could quit my job. I could get my partner out of their job. That's another good thing to ask when you're doing the follow up in your business is, what would it mean to you to make that? So you want to make, so let's just go over it again, right? Somebody watches the video. Hey, Paul, did you watch the video? Yes, I did. Thanks. Fantastic. Based on what you saw, what would you need to get out of this to make it worth your while locking forces with me and let's go and do this together and I'll help you. Okay, well, I want to make $5,000, $3,000, right? $3,000 a month, passive, recurring. What, recurring? Passive? Yeah, yeah, once you've done this, but I don't think you understood quite the video. This is recurring commissions, right? So you could be free from your job and not having to get up and stuff, and I'll get your partner out of a job. Oh, fantastic. I mean, what would you do with $3,000 a month? Well, I'd do this. Okay, so based on what you saw, what would you need to make? Yeah, 3,000. Okay, and how long would you give it? 3 months, 6 months, a year? What sort of time frame are you looking to do that? Well, how soon could I do it? Well, that depends on how many hours a week that you're willing to put into your business to make it happen. And also a little bit how coachable you are. You're willing to do, what we tell you to do and stuff with the training that the company provide or our team provide. But so you want to make 3,000 time frame. How many hours could you do? Well, I could maybe do 5 to 10 hours a week. Perfect. It's about an hour a day. Fantastic. Okay. And are you happy reaching out to people on social media? Would you be happy to speak to people you know? Would you make videos like I do? Would you, do you understand what I'm saying though? Is we are working with them now. We're being a consultant. And it is better sometimes to say no. I love saying no to people because it saves me so many headaches down the road, right? So I love to say no to people, right? And that's works in my favor, works totally in my favor because when somebody knows you're not just trying to get a sale out of them, right? It's a paradox. By kind of, I don't deliberately put people off, but almost by being sort of not standoffish either, it's hard to explain. Just by being a consultant, as if the outcome doesn't make any difference to me, will pay you a lot more than if you're trying to hustle, right? Because if you're trying to hustle just to get people in, they will quit. I promise you they will quit. So I hope you found that useful. Look, so what I'll do is I'll put the sort of script as it were in the description if you want. We're opening up a school community, so check the description for that as well. But you can also go to 1minutepayclub.info. That's 1minutepayclub.info. You can get Laurie's 3-step blueprint, and that's not where I learned this, but Laurie's very aligned with the way I was taught. So you get a lot of value from that. So if you want to go 1 Minute Pay Club, 1minutepayclub.com, and it's not a number one, it's 1minutepayclub.com, all words, .info. You can get that copy absolutely free. Enjoy it, use it, put it to good use, and then you'll be able to use this, what I've just taught you, this fantastic how to follow up in your network marketing business process. See you on the next video. Like, subscribe, share if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Let me know where you're watching from. Appreciate a lot of stuff. Let me know what company you're in. No links, please, but let me know what company you're in. I'd love to know who watches, where from, and so on. So I will see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.